Hi everyone, my name is Sierra and my science lesson today is on identifying the different parts of the flower. This lesson is ideal for students in 2nd through 4th grade. When they're in the concrete operational stage, they should be able to learn the different parts of a flower and identify them, even if it's a different species of flower. It is ideal for schools that have heavily forested property, but if not, going to a local park or forest is also a great option, but it might be a little bit more work. At the end of my lesson, students should be able to identify the different parts of a flower, distinguish between them, and hopefully illustrate a flower as well. Tools you will need for this lesson, it depends on whether or not you are able to do it on school grounds. Ideally, I would like students to be able to each have 1 or 2 of their own flowers that are already blooming that they can plant somewhere on the property, and this will give us an opportunity for them to get their hands dirty as well as learn the different parts of the flower. So you'll need enough flower flats for each child in your class to have at least 1. If you are doing this at a local forest, you will probably want to get in touch with the parks department and make sure it's okay, and listen to some suggestions they may have about what kind of flower is most appropriate. You want to make sure it's native, and if it's bee friendly, that's also very ideal. But before you get started on the identification process, maybe talk with your students about what kind of environment do they think that this type of flower would like. Do they think it would like shady weather or sunny weather or moist ground or some drier earth? And then give them an opportunity to break off into groups and kind of go and find what they think is the perfect spot. Once that is done, your students can start planting their flowers. As you're taking them out of the flats, this is a good opportunity to point out the parts, the stem, the leaves, the petals, and it gives you a really great opportunity to look at the root systems that these plants have. You can talk to your students about what does it remind them of, do they look at the roots and see anything, does it look like roads or trails or pathways, and it also gives you the opportunity to talk about what they do. So once your students have planted their flowers, you can either do this in the forest or head back to the classroom, and there are different options. You can give them a form or just a sheet that has a flower that is labeled but with the no words in the labels. That's what I'm trying to say, and have them fill in and identify the different parts. Or what would be more fun, I think, is to just have them draw their own flowers and then label these parts. If you are not able to plant flowers, it is always an option to just go for a nature hike and find a place where flowers are growing and use those to teach your students the different parts of flowers. You won't be able to see as in-depth when it comes to the root systems and the structure, but I think that it would still be a really great experience for them. And that is my lesson. Thank you.